By 2007, when the PMP done, 1,675 Jamaican was the record. 839. Thank you, Joshua. 839. Big up my friend Joshua. Bless up yourself. Joshua, send a request and come if you can. By 2007, 1,000 murder per year was the norm in Jamaica. 1,000 per year was the norm. As I said, young people who not even know what to flirting with. In 1989, 1991, our national debt, me hear somebody type in a chat a while ago say, all the JLP do is put we in a debt. And me hope that person is still there and listen. That part I feel. In 1989, our national debt stood between $65 and $70 billion. Somewhere within that region, between $65 and $70 billion was our national debt. By 2007, when the PMP was leaving office, our national debt was just under $1 trillion. Just under $1 trillion. Somebody typing at the chat earlier saw JP is run us in a debt. And the problem, and don't get me wrong, you know, people might believe say having debt is a problem. No, having debt is not a problem. The problem with the PMP debt is that we had nothing to show for it. The problem with the PMP debt is that we had nothing to show for it. All we did was owe money. And what the IMF taught us in 2008 when we had to re-engage them is that 75% of that debt was owed locally. And remember the people when we telling about where Omar Davis and Mark Golding tells us come buy government papers? They held 75% of just under $1 trillion in debt. That's why we have places like DB&G that become billion-dollar companies. Places like JMMB, what on a billion-dollar company whenever own a pin or an anchor. How did they get their money? Government papers. When we were forced to re-engage the IMF and we had to do the debt exchange, because the IMF said, Jesus Christ, under them a pressure, we're going to collapse. When they came, remember, you know, and those of us who can remember PGA was boasting how him tell the IMF, Tata, me pay them off and tell them Tata. And remember that famous speech? And remember the Tata IMF speech? The young people who don't have to know what you're flirting with. Can't do son, my boss? Welcome back. So boy, me just see you popping what there. This is why we had both of them, Mickey, the NX, the NDX, and the JDX. The young people, you have all the young people who will be eligible to vote in 2030. And me sure them are things say, boy, we never see one PMP go in action yet, you know. It was so profitable, one love, that they could afford the debt exchange easily without losing a cent. Remember, these government papers was being sold at 40, 50, and even 100%. These government papers was being sold at 40, 50, and 100%. They were a burden on the taxpayers when the IMF All right, inbox me a number, user. Inbox me a number, I'm give a shout. When the IMF opened the books at Jamaica for the first time, can remember, Joshua, help me remember, was it about 94 that PJ tell them Tata?
I don't remember the time, but
I think it was about 94. So it was well over 10 years since the IMF had any engagement in Jamaica.
right.
Right? No checks and balances from any of the multilaterals.
Right.
And here is the difference, people. Our more want to understand is this. When we take a loan from the IMF loans are generally between 2 and 6%, Joshua. I don't want
no,
to.
it's between 5 and 7.
Between 5 and 7%.
Right.
Okay.
In fact,
So
when IMF,
IMF, a World Bank,
sorry.
IMF, the World Bank, the Inter-American Development Bank, 1993. All right, thank you, one love. All these multilaterals lend money between 5 and 7%. When Omar tell them Tata, and then went on the international market to borrow money, you move from getting a loan. I remember, this was the genius of Omar Davis, who borrowed a 40% loan to pay off a 5% loan. Want to make that decision, make that financial decision sink into you. Borrow a 40% loan to pay off a 5% loan. Now, me know people do it the other way around. You borrow a cheaper loan to pay off an expensive loan. And that is why our debt ran up to close to $1 trillion, and we never have nothing to show up on it. Because of that one decision of Omar Davis, where say, do not invest your money, come buy government papers and go sit down on the beach. Then the world financial crisis struck. And listen to me. Me tell you, they say God, they say God in Him wisdom don't give more than you can bear. So when Hurricane Gilbert was on the horizon, the Jamaica Labour Party was in power. When the world financial crisis was on the rising, the Jamaica Labour Party was in power. When FinSac, sorry, not FinSac, when FinSac was man-made, that's why God never see it come. When COVID was on the horizon, the Jamaica Labour Party was in power. Right? So again, the people, young people, you have to know what you have voted. Hanoverian, why are you on a gay man's platform, sir? I suspect you, I think so maybe you're gay, Me don't know why you on a gay man. Yesterday you come and you tell me, say me gay. Why are you here? Me don't know what you're doing on a gay man platform. I think maybe you're a part of the club. Send me your membership number, let me look you up. Same way, sir. Same way to put it, one love. Same way to put it, one love. Right? So we now move under that regime. We now move under that regime from taking the 5 and the 7% loans. And we start to take in the high interest rate loans. And we use these to prop up.
Chuck, I sent you something that will contextualize what you're positing now, what you're putting forward now. In fact, it captures all of that details and a little more. I am going to come back to you in about 10 minutes. I am tired and I have to get out of the room because
all right, sir.
I'm tired like crazy and the funeral just done.
All right, my boss.
So I'm gonna get out of the room and then come back. But don't leave me. Come, I want to use my stress and throw it on PNP.
No problem. I'll be here for a while.
All right.
I'll be here for a while. Right? But that is the situation that we face. That is the situation that we face. right? When we had people that make those kind of decisions, when you choose to abandon the multilaterals to go on the international market, because guess what? And the only reason it was done, is because these international lenders, they don't come with any checks and balances as to what you have to do with the money. They don't come with any checks and balances. And remember that during this whole period, during this whole period of these high interest rate money being borrowed, hardly sure. And this is why when the PMP tell you, say, at them bring Chinese to Jamaica, we have to question them because the evidence don't speak. During this whole period, Hardly Shah was there telling them, so listen to me, people, you can get cheaper money from the Chinese Exim Bank. Them time the Chinese Exim Bank have so much money, them have beg people to come borrow it. A cheap loan. And Omar Davis, I tell him, say, don't do that, go China. The Chinese Exim Bank will lend money and them have cheaper rate. But another thing is that the Chinese Exim Bank come with conditions. When you go to New York and you check one man and say, I need one loan, and all them know say you can pay it back. And then you go to your friend them and you take money from them at extremely high interest rate. When the IMF look at our books, them say, my God, how this a country no collapse it. And we became the butt of jokes across the financial world. We were the butt of jokes across the financial world. Everybody, Jamaica collapse it? Jamaica collapse it? Was the first question them asked before they start any financial meeting. How things are going on in Jamaica? Them still standing? That was what we became. Again, the question, what would Jamaica be like if we didn't have the PMP of 1989? If Siaga's industrial build-out was allowed to continue? If Siaga drive to have local investment was allowed to continue? Do we think we'd have so much Chinese oil in the wholesale in downtown that would have been owned by Jamaicans? Do you think the Indian stores that we have in abundance downtown, do you think those will be owned by Jamaicans? Do you think we would have known things like Chinese hotels and all these things? Spanish hotels and all this? No. We Jamaicans would have continued to build out, would have created many Jamaican billionaires. All that legacy would have been handed down to other Jamaicans who would have created other Jamaican billionaires.
Hey, Chuck, I just come here to add something to what you say. When PJ went to the IMF and he couldn't meet the criteria, PJ pulled off one of the biggest Houdini in the world. You know? PJ came outside and shook the security guard. You know? And the first camera him said, "Tatai with the IMF." Did you know that the Jamaican PMP people believe that PJ actually did pay off the IMF when him say that?
I believe he did pay it off too. No, he couldn't pay it off. Remember, I told you that he took a 40% loan to pay off a 8% loan.
He didn't pay them. It was a trick. Away with the IMF, you never pay him off. How can you be away with the IMF? And you owe them. And PMP repeated up till today that PJ pay off the IMF.
Well, let me put the question to you, one love, because I'm alone answer it for me there. If we didn't have a PMP government in 1989, how would Jamaica be like?
The 9th of February 1989, a Thursday, Jamaica, Singapore would be picking up notes from Jamaica Parliament.
if Siaga had continued his industrial build-out, if instead of one Goodyear factory, we had one in every parish.
Remember, we even started to can sardine, you know. Right in front of the wharf from Spanish Town Road.
That's why I said it, you know. I said it to one love. I said, if you think of it, we used to manufacture it here.
Yeah, man. Shoes. Even a little Indian man at the road, they run behind Royal Navy on Spanish Town Road. That man used to build him used to supply like more than 50% of the school shoes locally. I don't know if you remember. Locally made. Tanner's was on Spanish. Tanner's was on Spanish Town Road, but it was a little Indian man. The road that run right behind Royal Navy, I think at Henley Avenue. Henley Avenue.
Headley Avenue. I know D&G run behind.
Behind Royal Navy, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Not Royal Navy.
Yeah, man. The warehouse.
Headley Avenue, they're closer down to thing there.
Watch me. You see when you pass Royal Navy storeroom them on the left hand side after you pass Seaview, you go over the bridge and pass Seaview at the first left turn.
Yes.
That first left turn right here back in a Waterhouse. An Indian man.
Yeah, man. I know Headley near, man. Headley the further down.
Henley.
Is the writer? Is the writer which part then called the Shelley and Fraser?
Thank you very much. That man used to be like but almost half of the school shoes locally.
All right.
And Tanner's was on Spanish Town Road too.
Tanner's was further down.
At Spanish Town Road, a tan leather and bill shoes.
I remember those were some of the bossiest shoes. You walk out in a September morning, and we never import them.
But remember, say Tanner's used to make all brothers, you know. All brothers work boot. Tanner's used to make it, you know. When you speak of the manufacturing that we had, those were it. You remember that Kingston had an industrial complex in front of Tanner's?
Yes, there was a leader mood, yes. Same, I think it was same place as Tanner's.
No man, not Tanner's same, but over the other side it was KIG or KIW. It was a Kingston Industrial Complex.
Kingston Industrial Warehouse.
Yeah, man. Where small business used to run.
Where small business used to be in there.
Plastic bottle making.
Small business used to be in there.
Furniture making, art and craft making.
Yeah, all sorts of
a whole heap of dress making and seamstress.
It was a space willfully created for small business.
For small business.
It was similar to Ting Jamaica.
Thank you.
It was a similar setup to Ting Jamaica.
A Chinese trucker sell over there now.
All right, there you go. and when you say Chinese trucker sell over there, it was recently reopened. Because it too was a victim of FinSA.
Yeah, man, it closed. For years it closed.
Now, Jenka people, if you take on Spanish Town Road from 3 miles to go down, you will recognize.
No, you have to say 6 mile trucker. Trucker, you're a program.
No, man, no. I'm trying to be generous here. From 3 mile into Coronation Market, you will recognize a whole heap of these places are now being reopened. There is a complex right after you pass what them call Mother White Bridge. That is now open again and operational. There is a little gas station further below that.
Yeah, man.
So
and a fiberglass
is returning to Spanish Town Road.
And a fiberglass company the right on the bridges in front of the things Jamaica where PJ turn in a prison.
Where PNP turn in a prison. Yes. Ting Jamaica was designed by Edward Siaga to give the little craft people them. People who have a little talent. You go down there, you build your things, and you find one market to sell them, and you earn one little money.
No, the government did actually put in some machine down there. No? When PJ went and turned it in a prison, they gave the equipment to help me out. You remember that black man who did have the seat before Anthony Hilton?
Oh yes.
OT
Williams.
They take out every piece of machine out of that factory and gave it to OT Williams and him can go up a shot to road, go put in a furniture factory.
Then listen people. As I said, when I tell young people, you don't have to know what you're flirting with. Whole heap of you sit down and say, boy, I never see one PMP government yet, you know, I want to see one. You don't have to know what you're not flirt with. You're not flirting with danger.
They're playing with Sinai.
You not play with, yes. You have to know what you're not flirting with. Right? Now, as I said, imagine all those entities still alive. Imagine we have a Jamaica where we not import no shoes because all of the shoes them we want to make out, and people used to be proud to wear the locally made shoes. People used to be proud to wear them local. I think there was two other shoes that was popular in Jamaica during that time. It was a Desert Clarks and Travel Fox.
Bally too. I used to wear Bally.
Bally, yeah, but that name shoes that people did love. But other than that, it was local shoes. When I September morning is one local leather shoes. Can you remember, you know? Remember back then, you know? When you get one shoe September, you not get no more shoes for school until the next September, you know, so the shoes have to last for the year.
But the shoes and used to make good to truck.
Yes.
Cougar.
Then used
Cougar
to
was a
then
popular.
that's what I tell you, so when you get one shoe September, the next shoes you get for school at the other September.
Yeah, Cougar was a popular school shoes too.
But that was our manufacture. We had Servewell. Servewell used to make the stove. We had home electrics. Right? All those people.
Russell Hadid, where the JUTC factory upon Ashanine Road, it was Servewell outlet to build stove, fridge.
To build stove, man.
Pan.
My good friend went there in there.
Russell Hadid.
Hold on. Why TikTok I said me one and I'm not doing nothing wrong? What me do wrong? Well, I think I know them problem with me this time. Give me a second there. Continue. Tell them about Russell Hadid. Give me a second. I think I know what them problem with me.
Yeah, man. Russell Hadid and his father used to run Servewell. And it take off in the Caribbean. They were Finsac. Finsac shut them down. You had Singer. And Gator. You remember that school shoes truck?
I remember Gators.
Gator used to manufacture in Jamaica.
In Jamaica. Singer still alive, but barely hang on.
No, the Singer now is not. Remember I said Singer was a manufacturing company too, you know. Singer used to make appliances. Yeah,
Singer used to make their own bed, they own everything.
Yeah, man.
CMP, yes. Those were manufacturing, as me say, manufacturing in Jamaica was
carry brake. You used to carry your brake shoe. You used to carry your brake shoe, go down and carry brake, go get it reshoe.
Go get it reshoe, yes.
Instead of go buying brake shoe, you go reshoe your shell.
Right. That was it. The largest manufacturing sector in the Caribbean. Largest.
Glass company.
None.
Caribbean Glass Company.
In 1989, we had a trade. Yes, Kingdom. Remember CMP, man. When in 1989, our trade deficit, our trade surplus, we had a trade surplus with the region. No, Singer, I never specialized. There's a brand of Singer sewing machine, but Singer used to manufacturing.
Singer used to make stove and fridge.
Stove and fridge.
And bed.
And them furnitures, the bed they make used to be done locally. Remember, we had Sealy mattress. Sealy. Make some of the best mattress them anywhere in the island used to be manufactured locally.
And just to let you guys know, the man that Mr. Morgan, that owned Sealy, he started business 1981. Morgan Group of Company, Drummond's Sponge Factory.
Motors.
Drummond's Sponge Factory.
Thank you, people. We lost 44,000 business during FinSac. 44,000 business lockdown under FinSac. And imagine Jamaica still having, say we lose 50% over time. That is still 22,000 business. But we lose 44,000 business. Unemployment went up as high as I think was about 28%, just under 30%.
And Chuck, there's a hero we need to let them know, the younger people know. At that time, during the 80s, if a company wasn't employing anybody, they would put up a sign saying no vacancy. Because it was a norm for you to leave at work Friday, and Monday morning you start to work again. By Monday, Monday morning you go out on the road, coming back home Monday, you'll be coming back from a job. It was a norm for you to leave, walk out of one job and walk in a next one. So to save them and save time, them just write no vacancy. Once you see a sign put up no vacancy, that means they might employ.
Yeah, remember Tropical Battery too, man.
Tropical Battery. Well, Tropical still are running now.
Yeah, but they're not manufacturing in Jamaica again.
They're not manufacturing. Are they label them
manufacture anymore?
Are they label them put on Jamaica now?
Yeah, that's all. They're not manufacturing in Jamaica again. Remember out of Westinco we did have Gator.
Yeah, man, yes.
Say
I'm the one. Winsome, yes, we had glass factory in Kingston. What was the name of the glass factory?
Caribbean Jamaica was the only place who produced glass in the Caribbean.
In the Caribbean, exactly.
In the Caribbean.
And Trinidad bought out that. That is why Trinidad love the PMP. So Trinidad buy out the equipment and everything and live up. The only thing them left for Marcus Garvey drive at the land. They live up all the equipment and during Finsack and bring it to Trinidad.
And because they can't move the land while still there.
One of them same one them sell cement company too.
Yes, a certain person classmate, university batchmate, but Carib Cement.
When we mention say a 44,000 business will lose in a Finsack. Is that a joke we are making, a lie we are telling? It's because we know it. Hey, Philippians, good afternoon.
And Chuck, we can't leave out the free zone. Chuck, we can't leave out the free zone, you know.
We can't leave out the free zone. Them.
I made
we
crazy.
Have free zone and Marcus Garvey Drive, free zone in Clarendon, free zone in St. Thomas.
B-side, Washington Boulevard.
B-side.
And people,
exactly.
people, just to make you know, Jackie International and Haynes used to be manufactured in Jamaica, you know.
Right here.
And they go and they put on the label and they come back themselves. So Haynes on we now. We're manufacturing now at Panama and Costa Rica. At Jamaica, it used to produce.
The interest rate from the bank was as a result of government policy, Jambisco. Omar Davis policy of high interest rate when he said he wanted to map up liquidity.
Jambisco, they had it that the business people, the PMP had it that the business people in Jamaica were labor rights. So they deliberately created Finsack. That is why it is the biggest transfer of wealth.
Yes. Yeah, it was a direct attack on the sponsors of Edward Seaga.
It was directly.
Yeah.
Not indirectly,
yes,
directly.
The sponsors of Edward Seaga.
Dan Crawford didn't come back to Jamaica until him passed.
When me just come foreign, me come back up in a Lecaste. And I tell people say, when I was a picnic, nobody could have never get me for wear a gaiter. Eh? A gaiter we make out a white man lesson. Nobody could. When you wear gaiter and ladder, you're poor picnic people. You're poor people picnic. You understand?
Remember you couldn't wear ladder in a sonat, you know.
Man. Yeah.
Couldn't wear ladder in a sonat. I know the young people no so glad no ladder, you know.
No, so they don't know any ladder. Them know any gaiter.
There's a plastic shoes. Ladder is a plastic shoes.
Yeah, ladder.
When the sun hot.
Tell them new name, but them know gaiters now.
But a gaiter named Lacoste. You understand? But we used to know it as gaiter in Jamaica because
we used to have the look alligator upon it.
Exactly, they look alligator. Yeah. We never want them to sit there for a year, man.
So people, when me tell you, say, when people are sit down and I wonder to themselves, say, why we never see one PMP government, wonder what they look like. We have history to look back on. We have history, can look back on and guide and say, no, we cannot take that chance again. But let me move on a little bit out of the history. I'm going to tell you now. Let me tell you the Jamaica that Andrew Holness inherited in 2016. Because you have lots of people, the argument is, boy, it should have fixed by now. You see, Andrew Holness in 2016 made a decision that two things was going to be balanced. Two things. We will not be going out to borrowing any money. We are going to start live within our means. Bruce Golding tell us from 2007 campaign and it said Jamaica have to start live within our means, which means say no. We have to start manage with budget. Anything we take in, and that we have to go live on. We can't go borrow billions of dollars anymore. So we had to do that. We had to strengthen the economy because Andrew Holness knew. So even if you want to introduce social programs, as the words of Edward Siaga would say, take some cash to care. Can't care without cash. Michael Manley try care without cash, but he end up have to go back to the same people when him saying care about, go get the cash from them. Michael tried the same people when saying care about, and then he go back and try to get the cash from. Right? So that was the Jamaica we inherited. We inherited Jamaica that the health sector, as according to Dr. Alfred Dawes, don't take my word for it, you know. Search and research, Dr. Dawes' description of the health services in 1989. And you will see how we describe it. Look at our national security. It was so bad that in 2014, Peter Murcat Bunting threw his hands in the air and say, his words again, you know, not mine, me not tell a lie upon them. He says the best efforts of the Jamaica Constabulary Force will not be able to solve Jamaica's crime problem. Through his hands in, that's how bad it was. The JDF was understaffed, the JCF was understaffed, our Coast Guard was understaffed and under-equipped. We inherited a bleed. The only good thing about our economy back then was the Jamaica Fiscal Responsibility Act. And that was the framework that Peter Phillips and people, I say this every day, that the experience that Peter Phillips had in Washington when he went must never again be suffered by any finance minister of Jamaica, whether it be PNP or Labour, right? But I am also glad that him it happened to. And you know why? Because he was a part of the destruction. He sat there in silence while Omar Davis and Mark Golding wrecked the economy. He sat in silence while it happened. So it was only fitting. That is when we send you to Washington, the people and laugh you out of the room and say, where you go? Lock door upon you. But that same fate must never be suffered by another Jamaican finance minister ever again. And here we are, thanks to Ardley Shaw, thanks to Nigel Clark, thanks to Favour Williams and Andrew Michael Holness. We are in a position where the IMF is literally calling us to say we have some money available when you're ready.
Don't leave Dan Webby out of it.
Can't leave out Dan Webby for you. Yes.
Chuck.
Yes, sir.
Good evening to everyone. Before you move on, I send you a video with Dr. Alfred Dawes. So just in case the PNP want to claim that you're lying, or any new persons are here, whether it be PNP or JLP who never heard it before, you could probably play it for them to hear.
Description Well, HR Guru, bless up yourself, my boss. Dr. Dawes' description of health services in Jamaica. Because I said, don't listen to me, and I'm going to find Peter Bunting. I'm going to find Peter Bunting word words. And describe and play it for you. Listen to Dr. Dawes describe health service.
With all the reporters that may come in from the Ministry of Health, this is not about salaries. This is about infection control, where we are supposed to be using a special type of antiseptic to clean our hands, to make sure that the bacteria are all dead before we go and open somebody's body. Solution on the left of the screen is an iodine solution that has an effective kill rate for bacteria. On the right, we're given antibacterial soap that is cut in half to last twice as long. This is about having infrastructure in a hospital where when it rains, you don't have to put a bucket to collect the water. It's about providing us with proper materials. I can tell you that I lost a pair of underpants a couple of weeks ago when I was operating on a trauma victim and blood soaked through the cloth gown, which is of substandard quality. And because I didn't have on a garbage bag, which we were forced to wear at times because there's a lack of aprons, I put myself at risk, not knowing the status of the patient when it comes to infectious diseases. The doctors who have been vilified are the same ones propping up the system. When we do not have a tube to drain blood from your chest, we take a tube that is used for breathing, cut holes in it, and that is what we insert in the patient's chest to function as a thoracostomy tube. And I'm afraid Dr. Harvey has been caught with his pants on fire. And we will not sit with him on any other task force or in any meeting to discuss the way forward in terms of healthcare reform. The office of the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Health demands a certain level of integrity. And we have started to ask certain questions. He has misled us. He has made a deliberate attempt to mislead the Jamaican people. We want to know, how long has this been going on? What other issues have we been misled on? Has the minister been misled? Have we been vilifying the wrong man for the Ministry of Health's response to Ebola and chickpea and now this present crisis? How much has he relied on the information for Dr. Harvey to make his statements and move forward in this position? We don't know. And maybe the JMDA should offer an apology to the minister for jumping to conclusions with this new information coming to light. But without knowing the level of reliance on the information and how genuine this information is, we leave it to the minister to conduct his own internal investigations.
That was the word. That was Dr. Dawes in his own words describing the health sector. And somebody said, but remember in that speech, in that speech, in trying best to blame, he was blaming the permanent secretary. But today, when he finds a problem, instead of the permanent secretary fault, a Tufton fault.
What year was that, Chuck? What
was
year
2015.
Okay.
2015. Hugh Blair, Comrade Blair, come here, Comrade Blair. That was 2015. And Dr. Dawes now sits on the party that presided over what he was describing. Right? But fast forward to now, when, yes, I hear the PMPs complain and them talking points every day. It's the same thing. We don't have no bed, we don't have no bed. But there is no such thing in Jamaica as a hospital without bed. I will put my neck on the block. I challenge any comrade, come up here and prove to me a hospital in Jamaica without bed. And I will wear orange for the rest of my life and vote PNP. You know, get no serious than that. Prove to me that there is a hospital in Jamaica without bed, and I will wear orange every day and vote PNP. There's a difference between shortage of bed and running out of bed. If me have 20 bed in a room, I can hold 20 bed and the 20 bed occupied. You can't say me not have no bed. What I don't have is space to put more bed.
So it's not bed.
So how do we get more space just to put bed? How do we get more space?
It's not bed that is short. It's the space that we don't have.
Is the space.
Because the part that was there for nearly 20 years did not do anything to expand the facilities. In fact,
exactly.
In fact, the now opposition spokesman on health, just said something that you didn't even pick up on, Chuck. He spoke about using bucket to catch water when it rains.
Yeah, man. Yes, I mentioned it, man. I always mention that part of the speech.
And remember, it was PNP that was in power at that time when he was saying that. The same PNP now is complaining how no hospital in Jamaica. All of a sudden, they suddenly have eyes to see. You know, social media is not PNP friend, Chuck.
History is not PNP friend. History.
Mm-hmm.
History is not their friend. Right? History is not their friend. So when they now sit down and they might tell you, say, oh, we need Tufton and the Wholeness Administration is expanding the facility so we can add the beds. That's why we have how many, Joshua? 4 hospitals under construction as we speak. Blessings, Omar. Big up yourself, my boss.
And we just found land for 2 more plus.
And we just identify land to rebuild a 230-year-old institution where we have. Can you imagine we have a building that was built 230 years ago? We need to rebuild it today so it can be built for purpose. The Kingston Public Hospital.
Also mention the Portmore Hospital that we found land for.
And the Portmore Hospital that is finally going to be constructed. Finally. Right? So we find land for those. So the best way to solve the problem of bedding is to add space so we can put bed. Because if we buy more bed, as the PMP suggests, we are going to put bed on top of bed and then we are going to have patients asleep on top of patient.
Well, maybe the PMP want us to use bunk bed in the hospitals.
Listen, the problem with PMP is PMP wants something to complain about and they will always find something to complain about. And that is why I am so happy that we now have a government that is working, ignoring the noise and putting in the work. Ignoring the noise and putting in the work. Dr. Tufton knows what is needed to fix the system. And that is why Dr. Tufton, it is a neck-and-neck race between Dr. Tufton and Dr. Chang to see who is my #1 minister right now, because they are both putting in the work and we are seeing the result. And I challenge, I said this earlier, I say, the PMP, them like to reel out Alvaro to come and tell them what is happening, and over there he's king. And he's the only king over there because none of them is smart enough to question what he says to them. Where are the 4 hospitals under construction, please and thanks? Okay, no problem, my dear. Is Diane Michael? Yes, Diane. We have the Cornwall Regional that is being rebuilt from the ground up. We have the Western Children. We have the Spanish Town Hospital, a brand new 8-story building is being constructed. And we have a next six-story. Yes, and we have a next 6-story building being constructed at the University Hospital. Not promised to start, but under construction and is at various stages of completion.
All right, I want
Cornwall Regional, Western Children, Spanish Town, and Youth. 4 hospitals. The minister did not just stop at 4 hospitals. He has renovated and rebuilt, construct over 300 health centers and upgraded them.
We're still on hospital. Remember Bustamante Children Hospital, that new wing that was created for parents?
Not a wing, a hotel. A hotel. Not a wing, a hotel was built. And this wing, what is so important about that wing is that it was built without the $100 million from Shaggy.
Bigger sec. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, bigger second. But them know say big money contract I run to car 2 massive crane. I work down a Spanish Town Hospital. And them come out of the ground now and the building and go up. Suppose the 2nd floor them don't know.
All right, there you go. So as I said before,
big huge
it is not
crane.
promise. It is literal construction going on. Literal construction going on.
We just passed it not too long ago.
And no Dan is in charge of any work over there.
But you can't have a breach a gate, brother.
Right, and that is so Dian, I hope that answer your question, Dian. I hope I answered your question.
I have a question.
Hold on, before you ask Soji. Soji, how you doing?
All right, thank you, Sheldon.
Before you do that, Chuck, one other thing that we need to put out there also, that people know. PNP like to say that Cornwall Regional is experiencing cost overrun. First of all, that's false. Secondly, we need to remind the Jamaican public, and these are documented proof, that every single project that the PNP has ever had has had cost overrun, and that which don't have cost overrun, they pay people and it can't start. Where the urban center is in St. Thomas, nearly $300 million was spent on 3 groundbreaking and nothing came out of the ground.
153 million down a hero circle. 153 million down a hero circle.
No, $250 million for put wall around hero circle up to now it can't go around it.
Oh my God. Hey, so
and
the question
classic St. Mapen Hospital is also getting a new building.
Don't forget NetServe. Don't forget NetServe Don't forget NetServe $238 million US.
So my question is, guys. So because I've been paying tax for a while in this country. So before now, not even land did identify if you do anything under PNP. What happened with my tax money? Not even land did identify under PNP if you do not. So what happened?
The tax dollars at the time went to pay in the high interest rate.
Soji.
Yes, sir.
I can agree with you. Remember them go over Portmore and break ground and the money missing.
But man, it can't happen. So
the last time the PNP held a groundbreaking ceremony, all the shovel them missing.
But Chuck, you're not talking when the most important thing where I help out Jamaica, man. I don't talk about hospital and this and that. We not talk about the oxygen plant, man. That's one of the most important thing we ever happened to Jamaica, you know. We not we
don't leave the health service yet. That's under the health service, you know.
Yes, man. You remember the oxygen plant, man. You remember the oxygen, that's a big deal, you know, brother. A big deal, you know. The oxygen plant, yes, you know, we don't have to look for shit, nothing in, you know.
But yes, so just 2 things we talk about one time. The health sector and the fact that the PNP bright enough to talk about cost overrun. And they have never had a project that come within budget. And just this month, just this month we finished our project. I think it was finished 3 months before the projected time. Which one was that again, Chuck?
Which one are you talking about?
I don't remember which one. But it came in 3 months before project. Before
Are you talking about the storage facility?
Was that the one that the Chinese built?
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was yes.
Mm-hmm.
We have the money to go build.
But storage bill and done and I use and no cost overrun. I want to say.
Yes, but I don't want to jump. I don't want to jump. We are running.
Stay in the health.
I don't want
Stay in the health, sir. The oxygen plant.
We're not leaving.
Very important oxygen plant, sir. We don't want to left out. This government build their own oxygen plant, sir. So we don't have to look to ship and say we're out of oxygen or whatever. They have their own oxygen plant.
Well, yes, Jamaica in 2020. In 2020, when you had COVID, which was a respiratory, well, I'm sorry, give me a second and then you come. Which was a respiratory disease. We had a shortage of medical accidents in Jamaica that the PMP deemed scandalous. And 2 years after that, we are now exporting medical oxygen. But hold on, let me go. So $2 billion original estimate that is now $20 billion is a false. Please and thanks. Dion. This is why.
Just on muffled. You sound very muffled, Chuck. We're not hearing you.
Look, we are not hearing you.
We're not hearing you.
You're not hearing me?
Yeah, we're hearing you.
Yeah, we're hearing you.
What the heck was going on? No. Dion, let me see if I can invite Dion. Somebody try add Dion for me, please. I would like Dion to try. Dion says, so Cornwall $2 billion. Cornwall $2 billion. That original estimate that is now 20 billion is false. Now, Dion, and I have to say this, because probably I know you all won't have that question. Dion, Cornwall's original $2 billion, when the estimate was $2 billion, was to replace the HVAC system at Cornwall. Simple to replace the HVAC, just to fix that. Now, I'm answering you, Dion. That's why I'm willing to answer. I can answer any question you can pose there. So don't worry, I'm not angry, I'm not upset, and I'm not feeling. So listen to my answer now. Now, original $2 billion was to replace an HVAC system because everybody thought that was the problem.
Chuck, you're talking over people's head. You have to tell them what an HVAC is.
Now, I am getting there, Joshua. Just hold on. So it was basically to replace the air conditioning system in the hospital. Now, when they went in to remove the air conditioning system, they found mold. And I hope you know what is mold. Because when you find mold in a building, you move to a different level there now. So they have to pull back and say, no, but we have to clear out this. When they started to clear the mold, they find that the walls was rotten, ripped apart because water leaked down. They have to dig a little deeper. Then they found that the pipes that were there were asbestos pipes. Yes, asbestos. So you have mold and asbestos. So the decision were made. In fact, before the decision, a team was brought in to overseas to study and give them the best scenario. It is said that should we break down this building and try to rebuild it, it will cost us $70 billion to do. $70 billion if we were to knock it down and build it back. So the best option was to gut it and rebuild the frame. That is what. So when you say the original estimate that you
sound muffled again. You sound muffled again, Chuck.
I don't know what. I don't know. I just only it sound that way they took. The other people in the chat hear me. I just don't
hear you. A PMP Wi-Fi head upon. I not hear you a while ago.
No, I don't use nothing for PMP. I am confident that. The last time I meet one girl, and when she did in the bed naked, she said PMP, I'm sending her yard. I don't know what is happening, guys. Let me think. So when they found all of that, now they had to re-scope the work, and it's now decided that it is going to cost us $22 billion to do it from scratch, meaning expand everything, new everything. We are gonna move from two operating theater to 8. We are gonna have one of the most extensive burn unit in the Caribbean, a burn unit in the Caribbean, maternal ward. We are gonna have a 8-story building that is being constructed beside the hospital. That is nurses and doctors' quarters. It is going to be a facility, right? So the notion say $2 billion now turning at $28 billion. That is false. What I say wasn't false. Okay? And I hope you don't have to take my word for it, Leon. But you can dig a little deeper and see if I've lied to you. Just don't follow the PMP talking point. Yes, I don't want you to follow, but I don't want you to follow my talking points either. But I urge you to dig a little deeper for the information and see if I have lied to you in any way. And if you find that I've lied to you, you're welcome back here to call me a liar anytime. Thank you. Chavi, see you in the building. Yes, yeah, it's gonna have the pathology lab and all of this. Trevor, you're talking about, we're not hearing you. It has been 12 years. Hold on, Dion. 12 years, Dion. Dion, think about it. 12 years. Dion, the work at Cornwall Regional started in 2018. And the first 2 years of that project, the first 2 years, was to transition the patient outside of the building. Okay? Again, these things are things that are available. You just look them up. It cannot be 12 years there.
No, hold on. Dion, I have a question for you. Just one small question. How long has the JLP been in power? And the follow-up question to that is
10 years, and you have successfully rubbished their argument.
I wanted Dion to answer because Dion seemingly want to say that a work that the JLP started.
No, Dion is asking for a friend. Dion is asking for a friend. She just
it's all right. All right. So the friend want to say that the work which the JLP started before they came in power. I want Dion's friend to rationalize that for us. That that JLP, when they were in opposition, started their work before they came in power.
So Dion, it has not been 12 years. So tell your friend, no, it's not been 12 years. It started in 2018. And the first 2 years of it was transitioning the patients outside of Cornwall Regional. So remember, they did not just lock down the hospital.
Chuck, and that would have brought us to 2020.
And then what happened in 2020? Before actual work started.
And then what happened March 2020?
Mm-hmm. And then
the next question is what happened March 2020?
Right. So Dion, I hope I answered some question for you, madam. And if you have any other question, feel free to ask. We can answer any question you have. Because remember, you know, here is about giving information. And as I tell you before, and anybody else here, anybody here will repeat the same. I don't want you to take my word for it, but I urge you to go research everything when me tell you and see if me tell you a lie. And see if me tell you a lie. But as I was saying, I was giving, so the synopsis of the health center, at the health service that we inherit is take Dr. Da's word for it. Dr. Das tell you exactly how it was. Dr. Da said he was using a soap cutting tool, so it would have last longer. Dr. Da said they were using scandal bag as PPE. Dr. Das say him lose blood soaked through him underwear because he never have the proper gear. Dr. Das said they was giving hand sanitizer to clean them hand before they go in a surgery.
And earlier,
now I ask you, in all the complaints, Orlando,
what's
you
up?
have to mute your mic if you are not speaking, sir.
All right then, go ahead.
Yes. Dr. Das tell us all of that. Now, in all the complaints where you hear PMP have you heard one single doctor have any of these complaints that Dr. Das had back then? Somebody answer that to me, please. All of these complaints that Dr. Das has back then, don't you hear any doctor with them today? Do you hear a doctor complaining about not being able to have the proper gear? Do you hear a doctor complaining about not having safety equipment, not having soap, not having PPEs?
Can I answer to that?
Do you hear any doctors complaining about that?
Sir? Can I answer to that, sir?
Sure, it's an open question.
Yes, sir. I hear the doctors complaining, but hear what the doctors complaining. They are now hired permanently, sir. And they used to be on contract. Most of them used to be on contract.
Soji,
yes, sir.
Soji, you don't listen to me, Soji. You know, run them joke there, you know, because people will screen record and say me here, Soji said. When me ask question, me ask you for serious answer, Soji. Okay, sir? We not play them joke. When you talk to comrade, you talk serious.
Yes. So
today,
so, you're talking
no
about the health
doctor
sector
is complaining about any of these things.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Not even contract. Not even contract.
Doctor is complaining.
They're hired
For the
permanently.
first time, Dion, in our history, we have doctors being assigned to health centers full time.
Yes, sir.
Doctors are now assigned to health centers full time. But give me a second. Let me hear Orlando. Orlando.
How do not talk about the mission school where Maxine teach? Maxine said the school have been a carrying down. And when I go down there, it's an empty land.
Nobody can teach a school. Nobody can teach a school.
No, she said that she building the school. And when I go down there, there were no school built and the money granted.
Right. So
the PNP have a history of granting money. I don't know nothing new, but Orlando, wait until we reach the education sector, you come with that. I don't want to come off of the health sector right now. Orlando.
Okay.
When we get to the education sector, because you know we are discussing what we inherited. We are discussing what we inherit.
Oh yeah, I heard it. Yeah.
Right.
All these new clinics.
But we soon get to the education part.
And not just inherit, Chuck, but what we have done about it after we inherit.
And what we have done about it. There you go.
Right.
Yes, Father Chuck. I want to talk about the big scandal will come out. The $200,000 with the equipment going to drop them again.
Right. Well, yeah, right. I was coming to that. The office supply.
Father Chuck,
the office supply. Furniture.
Right.
That's equipment.
$200,000.
Well, don't worry. This is not fall under the health ministry. We can go on that because it fall under the health ministry because of the it fall under health. So Trevor, if a man in here tell me about it.
We need to talk about that.
So then say the UE license be used to import
the UE tax exemption.
The UE tax exemption.
The UE University Hospitals tax exemption.
And just before you guys elaborate on it, you know, you're the Integrity Commission and you know, you're the civil society them come out and all them. You see, that scandal will come out against PMP, you come out concerning nothing. But if a policeman shoot a man, they come out.
No, go there, so. But if Dr. Chan states his opinion as he has a right to, as a Jamaican citizen, right? All of civil society and all of every political commentator is having a field day over it. Jamaica and Jamaican people stand with Dr. Chan that these civil society groups are living off blood money.
Exactly.
No apology. We stand by that.
And I glad the young arm of the JLP come out this evening and say they stand strong with Dr. Chan. No apology.
But then again, that is not the meat of the matter. The meat of the matter is the health sector. And Chuck, you see, my comment on this whole issue, because you've been talking about different issues across the health sector and even responding to questions from Diane. My whole commentary and outlook on it, and what I think is the problem, is the fact that us Jamaican people, we're short-sighted. We are short-sighted because I don't understand how people or the general public fail to see what is actually happening. We're seeing a large-scale contingency plan, not to slap a band-aid, but to completely overhaul not just the health sector, but every single sector that the government touches. If you think about education, it's a long-term overhaul, changing the schools from how they were to bring them into STEM schools, which are subject-focused schools. And those are the main subjects when you talk about science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Those areas are going to be areas of focus because the education system in Jamaica needs to be overhauled. When you go to the police force, you would have seen the largest expenditure that the security force, now let me change it from police, but the security force, meaning JDF, Force Guard, all of these forces that responsible for security would have gone through the largest spend that is geared towards overhauled over a number of years. Because the goal is to achieve peace and safety in the country, right? And the health sector, people are complaining about bed. People are complaining about, people have to wait long in the hospital. But they do not see through the long-term eye that what really needs to happen is an expansion because our population has gotten bigger. There was a time back when I was in school, the estimated population of Jamaica was 1.8 million people, right? Now, if you're going to do an estimate of Jamaica's population, it's closer to 3 million. So there has to be an upgrade of hospitals and not an influx of beds. Because if you have a 2-bedroom house, it's just a 2-bedroom house. It means it's 6-bedroom because you put 10 beds in there. It's a 2-bedroom house that is built for 2 beds capacity, maximum maybe 3. But how can you want to
scan to the comrades them, Chavi? All you have to do is buy some bed. If you have to put them on that tree, at least you have
fix
bed.
the issue. Sadly, that does not fix the issue.
I know that it doesn't fix the issue. The government of Jamaica know that it doesn't fix the issue. The government of Jamaica know that it doesn't fix the issue.
And it's a long-term vision that is being executed right now. And I don't say it's just simply a vision, but I dare to say that it's being executed because 4 hospitals are currently under construction right now.
Good evening,
Hold on, mute your mic. I will get you in a second.
We're gonna give you a few seconds to beat out your jackass.
I'm gonna give you
just hold on for a second.
I'll get you in a minute.
Yeah, man, that man going to kick out some jackassness out of them. But just hold on for a second, my brother. So I'm saying the Jamaican people are short-sighted because they just can't seem to be grasping that what is being done now is a long-term thing, right? I remember hearing a lady on live most recently say, "Oh, she not vote again," and I said, I calmed down the life and said, "What happened? Why you not gonna vote again?" "Oh, Andrew did promise you water, and the last election I see they know how much months and no water." So I said, "Which water program they tell you about back then?" And the Greater Mandeville water expansion program. I said, "How much years did they tell you at the time of the announcement that it will take to complete this?" She don't know, she not here. That's where the problem is. There's a commitment to bring water to you guys, and there's a commitment to bring a better hospital, but it's not going to be done in the snap of a finger.
I have always said this in a Chavi, and you see, when people speak and say we have an issue with government and their services, and I've always said what you have to check is not whether the service that you seek is delivered to you, but you have is this service being put in place so that it can be delivered?
Yeah.
Now, if you have a problem with the water, do you see a program in place right now that is geared at delivering water to you? And the answer is yes. There is a project going on to run the water to you. There is
Because
no quick fix for anything.
no, well, Chuck, I beg to differ. There's a quick fix, but this government is not interested. Because what the quick fix would be is to buy some Mercedes-Benz water truck and use them for 8 months
Buy
and
some
park
black
them.
tank. No,
right?
we're not giving no black tank. We are giving water in a pipe.
Portable water
Right.
must come to your community because every community deserves that. Mason Hall is a 250-year-old community that just received water. Just receive that for them water. And look how long other governments were in power and never deliver.
And this is to the PMP supporters. No. They want everything and they want it today. They want everything and they want it today.
So,
even though the party where them love served them in a power for 18 years and never even tried to deliver it. But them want it today. But hold on now, let me hear from Sweet Talk Sweet, and mute your mic. Let me hear you.
Yeah, can't see a line coming from a jump out of a vehicle. Listen, I heard that.
Hold on, Omar, you know you live here already, man.
Listen, me I jump up, me just I said it. Mark Golden statutory declaration for 24-25 has not been approved. Me I jump off.
2024.
Thank you.
2024, come through at 11 months on, but we wait.
And 2025, so we now listen to me. The 2025 one is due within a month. We are wait when the two of them meet at the IC to see what is the problem. Okay? Zoe. All right, Zoe not ready. All right, Omalo.
Yes, Chuck. You know, one of the things that people who support this government is going up against, and we have to identify what is it that we are going up against. We are going up against the simplification of words. We are going up against the simplification of projects. They simplify the projects as if it is so simple to do that the people are almost repeating it as if it is what they are saying. It is that simple to do. But what they are not understanding, if it was that simple to do, we should start asking, why you never get it done in 18.5 years? That is the thing, You listen to them talk about these things, the water, the hospital, everything is spoken with simplification. As if me and Chuck and Travi and Soji, we can just say, okay, we're going to get it done, and it just done. It is not so, Jamaicans. It is not so. And the only reason why you all are getting spoiled is because of what the government fiscal responsibility is causing it. It is showing you all that with a responsible government, you all can achieve way more, but you don't need to temper on our expectation. At the same time, we are moving in the right direction, but we need also to temper our expectation. I always say this, with our earnings. And if enough of you know, say, you not pay enough taxes, and a whole heap of taxes fix your road, find out how much to fix the road, and how much taxes you would have to be paying to fix that road. Find out medicine costs at the hospital, and how much taxes you would have to be paying, to be affording those medicine and stuff like that. Go ahead, brother.
When recently, when the JPS was announcing the percentage of its customers that receive light, and people was crying, I lie them, I tell them, a whole heap of people not get back light. And one of the things I have to remind people that JPS are talking about paying customers. If you're not on the grid, if you don't have a meter, them don't know you, so them cannot talk about you. And it's the same thing as Omar. Those that are not contributing are the ones that want the most from this government.
They're just
the one when I pay a tax, when I work, him wanting road fix today, want to fix now.
They engage in the conversation, Chuck, but they engage in the conversation without any realistic reasoning, saying that we know that if you live inside of a house and the house costs $1 million to run the house and you are only contributing, yeah, say the house for the whole year, you only contribute $10,000 or $20,000 or $30,000. How much of the work, how much of the things them in the house are going to get done with that money?
If you are the PNP mats, them up pay half.
You see, we here in Jamaica, you know, you see, if we don't temper our expectation, we can lose the best thing we have. And this government is we're not talking about bright people. We are talking about people that understand what it takes to develop a nation. And these people are working at it. And what we need to do is to change most of our bad ways that is contributing to the lack of growth. And then let us start doing things that will contribute to growth.
I said this the other night, Omaro. What is the one thing that Singapore had over Jamaica, why they were able to use the exact same model and be successful, and we had it and we are struggling? What is the one thing that they have over us?
At the time, a great leader.
No, that is the leader. I'm talking about the people.
The one thing that they had different from us.
They had discipline.
That they had different from us. We had Michael Manley and they had Lee Kuan Yew.
And they had discipline.
Yes. Their socks are two wooden spoon. The socks are
they had discipline.
Yes.
Chuck, they never came out of discipline. They came out of opiums and all the other dirty and criminal activities and all these type of things in Singapore. But they had a leader that had a vision that is going to
and
work on
instill
creating
discipline.
They create the discipline.
Andrew, for 10 years, I've been trying to instill some discipline in Jamaica. What we have? We have people that are openly supporting criminality. Is that in an effort to undermine?
Andrew is creating discipline in Jamaica.
We have people that are openly celebrating criminality in an effort to gain political mileage.
Chuck, I'm gonna stop you for 1 second. Chuck, you know, say me harsh on this thing. Yeah? You see the media houses them, the way how them they speak about crime in Jamaica. You say if I was the government, because the government advertise a lot on these radio stations, you know, and these radio stations, me would I use my advertisement dollar and instruct them. Me no want to hear nothing more about no police murder, no police killing in Jamaica. Make with them name, sorry for the language. Make with them Indicom investigate that. Every time you hear it nationwide and the whole of them a report what the police do and how much this, as if they are trying to, me no know to make the people think a certain way, like me supposed to, I say, you are do something wrong and you are, I don't know if them are turn against the police. Me don't know what them are trying to do. I don't know what
that is what they're trying to do, but I do not agree with your solution. Me not agree with how you don't go about it.
Yeah.
Right. But if you look alone, the largest media house in the Caribbean is right now, as we speak, dying a slow and painful death. Because guess what? They sided with people that don't read newspapers, so you can't sell no newspaper when you side with people that don't read it. You can't sell advertising when you become a propaganda paper.
You know what I'll be doing, Chuck? When I use my advertisement dollars, the government, to get you to report certain things, and when it comes on to certain areas of the government, it's no different from America. Yeah? the CIA or the Homeland Security or the state, the Secretary of State or the President, them control the media houses, and the media houses do and say because they have a nation to lead, bro.
Chuck, I said this to you. Chuck, if I may interject, because you said something that I want to respond to. I believe the media entities or the media houses need not to take a side. But the PMP or
that's where I
GLP.
was going.
What they need to do is report on facts, be truthful, be balanced, and be fair in their reporting. That's what they need to do, right?
And take a position to inform people.
And that's it. And they would have survived this market because, listen, taking a side can be detriment either, whichever side you take respectfully, because Jamaica is a small market, and this is what most business people don't get. Jamaica is a small market compared to the United States and other jurisdictions. Don't think you can do what Fox News do and survive in these smaller countries. It won't work. And that is why you find that this media conglomerate is dying, and it's not unique to Jamaica, but because they had operations which they had bought up in other countries such as Guyana. And they have to be shut. They have to have shutter those too, because what they're doing is not conducive to where the market is going. And they refuse to change. And then they tie themselves to a political ship that is sinking.
Guys, let us give a warm welcome to Comrade Hugh Blair, my very good friend.
Yeah,
a fellow Jamaican. A fellow Jamaican like myself. Right. Yeah. The only thing in Durham I vote PMP, although I'm glad enough vote the last. I'm glad enough vote the last time, so I can't tell me accuse him of voting PMP kind of vote. And the last time I had him reason, he said, now we see money come vote for no PMP, so I agree with him. I did that just say you or something similar to that. I don't quite remember.
No, you can't say that.
All right, sir.
I make a PMP.
Fellow comrades, a joke me I make with you, but never say it here.
Well, good afternoon to all the panelists and those on the platform and those on the fire page. I don't have much time because I'm actually heading out for a night shift. But just want to touch on the subject of the CARICOM summit, the Prime Minister and the response of the United States. I listened to the Prime Minister's speech, and I have no problem with what the Prime Minister said.
What?
You understand? Because
what are you saying you stand with Andrew Wellness?
Listen what I said, Chuck. Let me repeat what I said. I don't want you. No, listen. You know I'm always honest.
Yes.
And I'm going to call it just as how I see it. I listened to the CARICOM speech, and the Prime Minister, I cannot fault him for saying what he said. And
so you stand with Andrew Wellness
in a diplomatic dialogue like that. It was best for the Prime Minister to stay in the middle to advocate for Cuba and at the same time ask for restraint from the United States. So in
other words, you stand with Andrew Wellness.
Chuck, that is your word, not mine.
Now I'm simply asking if on this issue you stand with Andrew Wellness.
Listen to the rest of what he's saying. All right, we can discuss it after. He has a shift going to, and we want him to participate.
I prior to the Prime Minister going to CARICOM, I echoed the same sentiment that he should not go to CARICOM and say like former Prime Minister, National Era Bustamante, that I'm standing with the West, but rather to advocate for the people of Cuba and to ask for dialogue, restraint, and change. The only thing he didn't mention what I said was to offer Jamaica as a mediatory government or country. You understand? And I wouldn't come down on the side that the Prime Minister said that the Prime Minister said anything that, despite what the U.S. congressman said, And I research him. I don't think he has much standing. Then he's not one of those with majority support. The Prime Minister could not go to CARICOM and look at Cuba and literally throw Cuba under the bus. He could not.
So you see, and Jenga people, you heard it here first. Comrade Blair is standing with Andrew Holness and this man. Comrade Blair is standing with Andrew
He did not
Holness
say in those exact words. He did not say that in those exact words. But it works out.
Get those words out of
That's what it works out to. And I guess you have to accept it as it is.
Good evening, Mr. Blair.
That is the closest as he will ever come.
I listen to you all well, but I've never interacted with you. But this evening, I have to interact with you. I noticed you said you shouldn't said like what Buster said I stand with America. But would you also say
no, Buster, not what Buster said. Quote me correct if you're gonna quote me.
He will stand with the West. He will stand with the West.
You will stand with the West.
I know where you're going, you know. I know.
Let me finish my point. But yeah, so you no compare that statement with hands in hands to the top of the mountain.
Well, you see.
No, I'm just asking.
No, both statements were made in different climate, right? Both statements were made in the Cold War era, where there is no Cold War now. The People's National Party has moved from far left, and is now tucking nearer to the center. You understand? So, in order for statements like those wouldn't be relevant now. You understand?
You understand that, Mr. Ingram, but the point that One Love is trying to make that
no, I am not trying.
Mr. Blair, Mr. Blair, One Love was trying to point out the fact that you choose to quote the former JLP leader and Prime Minister taking a side rather than quoting your former Prime Minister and leader taking a different side.
Well,
and you could have Mr. Blair, you could have quoted the two of them. You know why? Because you are for the middle ground. You have stated it in no uncertain terms. We heard you clear. You are for the middle ground because you're not trying to antagonize or trying to put Jamaica out of favor, but you want to take the diplomatic approach. And the diplomatic thing to do is to be honest in fullness and quote both parties.
Your argument, Travis, wouldn't stand because our leader is not making a statement in character. So
was not making a statement in character, Mr. Hugh. Don't play that. Mr. Hugh, don't play that.
Anyway, Mr. Hugh, thank you for the interaction, but
Bustamante wasn't quoting to CARICOM. Neither was Manley. And I said to you, it is basically... All right, go ahead.
Travis, leave Mr. Blair. Travis, Mr. Blair, so based on your result, your answer a while ago, would you say that the PNP of the 70s and the PNP of 2026 is two different PNP?
The PNP of the 70s was far left. The PNP of 2026 is more to the center.
So long and short, it's actually a different PNP then.
Just a minute, One Love. Bio, is the PNP at this point a capitalist party?
The PNP is nearer to the center.
We have socialism, capitalism, communism. We have state capitalism. What is the PNP in terms of an economic philosophy?
Well, I won't kind of phrase to describe the PNP. Now I will allow you to pull me down.
All right. That's based Mr.
No, all I would say is that the People's National Party is closer to the center. Just like the JLP is closer to the center, the JLP is not far right anymore. If there were far right, the prime ministers would have thrown Cuba under the bus. And we're
going to go this up. We're going to go this up. But let me ask you again. Come here, try to understand the PMP economic philosophy, because in order for me to support them, I have to know their economic philosophy. So I am saying to you, from 1989, based on the structural adjustment measures, economic measures that the PMP have taken, which they in the free market, and the capitalist extreme measures of selling up Jamaica resources and stuff like that, would you then say at this point in our history that the PMP is a capitalist party?
Amalo, I see exactly where you're going, but I'm
gonna be very honest with you. Hold on, Mr. Blair. I'll be very honest with you. Mr. Blair not going to do that, because if you want to find out, we have to look to the PMP's constitution, because what they're asking him to say yes to is something that their constitution does not say. So if you want to know where them stand, go to the constitution, because Mr. Blair won't be able to list it.
I don't look at the PMP constitution. I look at the PMP practice and policies and laws that they pass in economic. I don't have to look at your constitution to be telling me something when I'm seeing you doing something else.
Marlo, we're not having an economic summit now. We are talking about geopolitics and the positioning.
I will put it this way to you guys.
Economics is always politics.
Marlo, what Comrade Blair just said is the closest you will ever get him to say, I support Andrew Holness.
Yes.
You will never get him any closer than that. What he say in uncertain terms is that I am supporting Andrew Holness on this matter, but the comrade side of him will not allow those words to leave his lips. So we have to just read between the line and accept him as far as he will go, because he will not go any further than that. You will never get him to admit anything like that, Omaro.
No, Chuck, I love this, I love this type of conversation, because it only shows Jamaica that there is a confusion with an economic philosophy in the PMP. Economics is what drives your country development. It pays for everything for the operation of the country. And if the PMP cannot decide that they are focusing on socialism, or they are focusing on capitalism, or they are focusing on a mixed economy, and they can't tell the people of Jamaica as to which ideology, just a minute, as to which ideology they are practicing, then how are we going to know the policies to judge the policies?
Marlo.
Yes, sir.
The present structure which govern our financial procedures from 2013, as it was crafted by the People's National Party to include the fiscal rules, where by 2030 Jamaica would be reaching to debt to GDP at 60%.
It was crafted by the PMP.
Now you Blair,
Mr. Blair.
I will not know.
Mr. Blair, that is not true, Mr. Blair. That is not true.
I will not let you get away
No
with
way
that.
can you find that, Mr. Blair. No way can you find that on the internet. That's not true,
Mr. Blair.
It's not true.
The Jamaica Fiscal Responsibility Act was not tabled in Parliament.
It is not true, sir. It's not true, sir. It wasn't crafted by PMP. No, don't say that, man. No. You don't say that. It was not crafted by the PMP.
Soji, don't argue with Mr. Blair. Mr. Blair, the signature. Did Mr. Dan Webby ever? Did Mr. Dan Webby ever serve as Senate under the PMP?
You guys are jumping the gun. Give me a chance to speak first. The fiscal policy was crafted by Bruce Golding-led government.
Oh,
the fiscal rules were put in by Portia Simpson-Miller government. You have to understand the logics before you comment.
No, what you're doing is
it's not true, Mr. Blair. Mr. Blair, that is not true. Hold on, Mr. Blair, that is not true. That is not true, Mr. Blair. No, sir, that is not true. Don't do that. That is not true, because we will pull up the documentation to prove it.
The policies and the rules.
No go there so with him. No go there so with him, Omalo. You asked the pertinent question and the man made a meal of it by his last statement about 2013. I wish we had allowed him to finish that point.
Can I make a comment here, please? I heard Mr. Blair. I heard Mr. Blair on a PNP live saying that Mark Golden wrote the physical framework in record time. I heard him say that.
Kingston 11. Kingston 11.
Yes, sir.
If you are going to quote me, please quote me correct.
What did you say?
Allow me to state what I said. I said, when the negotiation with the International Monetary Fund was being negotiated in 2013, the IMF asked that the fiscal rules be laid in Parliament.
No, sir, you're lying. You are lying.
No, just let him speak. We're not, you depend on you are lying and we're not into that type of something, right? Let him speak.
Kingston 11. I don't think you're half a much to the conversation, Mike, more than saying I'm lying. And I'm not into that.
I'll ask one question, Mr. Blair, and that is disingenuous of you to declare him not contributing. No.
One question allow me to finish.
But even that, give you the right to say not contribute to the conversation.
Allow me to speak. I just have probably a minute or two left. The International Monetary Fund, one of the requests before the deal was finally signed was for the legislation to be laid in Parliament. Mark Golden drafted the legislation in record time, laid on the House of Parliament, and both government and opposition give it its seal of approval.
Mr. Yo.
It was passed in the House of Representatives in 2013.
Mr. Yo,
Anyway, guys.
Don't leave it, Mr. Yo. Don't leave. Just 1 minute. Just 1 second.
I got to leave. I have to leave.
Please, just 1 second. Just 1 second. 1 second. Based on these rules and the record time that Mr. What's his name? Mark Golden passed these measures.
No, Mark Golden never passed it, man. The Parliament passed it. He laid it
the Parliament.
The Parliament passed it.
Yeah, speed me up, so may I speed up, yeah? All right, the Parliament passed it, yeah? Mm-hmm. Would you agree that most of these measures are coming down from the IMF, the Washington institutions?
Did say that it was a request. It was a request by the International Monetary Fund. So was the 11.5. Man. So was the 11.5 billion from the housing trust. It was also a request from the International Monetary Fund.
Mr. Yo, we understand that. But Mr. Yo, would you say?
All right, guys, I got to go.
You're leaving. Would you say that all these measures that Mark Golden took coming from the IMF could never be socialist measures because they are coming from Washington?
Amalo, you're asking me the question in a different way. I'm not before the court. I did answer the question already. We are nearer to the center. All right, guys, bye. Have a good one. I'll catch up with you.
Capitalist.
And Kingston 11.
No, man, you're lying. You're lying.
No.
You're lying. I heard you. I heard what you said.
You heard me.
You said, let me talk. You talk already. Let me talk. You said on the live that the physical framework was drafted by Mark Golden. You said it. That's what he said. And that's the only thing I came up here to confront him with.
All right, so,
the man is a liar.
Well said, Kingston 11, and I will confirm that I've heard him say it too. But I didn't want to make it into an argumentative piece. I allow you to say what you want to say. Now that he is gone, like I said, I really wish he would have, we would have allowed him to finish his point where he was making it about 2013, because to me, it sounds like he's saying that the PMP had changed their model as per the fiscal rules in 2013.
Beautiful young lady there.
And I wanted to rubbish him and
so
to hold on, man. We'll get to Angel. Angel will have here 15 minutes of fame. I really want to confront him on it because Omalo really backed him into a corner And what we were getting is the proof that the PMP is confused as to their economic model. Here are my reasons and proof, reference point. The PMP redrafted the constitution, the PMP's constitution in 2020. And if you check it now, it affirms that the party's economic model is democratic socialism. He is confused to come and tell us now that we are center, we are more capitalists. No.
Democratic
the
socialism.
PMP is a democratic socialist party with a leader who is known to be a capitalist.
Socialism. There is nothing named democratic socialism.
Them are socialists. Them draft that. Which means they're socialists. There's a socialism them are dealing with, and that is in their constitution, right?
But they're not socialists. They are capitalists.
Well, they are very much confused.
Somebody believe in somebody something when your eyes is telling you who they are. What you gonna believe, bro? Are you going to believe what your mind telling you?
It's not about belief. I am showing you the confusion that you have unearthed in questioning him. Also in writing, I'm not just telling you what we see. May I show you in a writing wherein they are confused because the writing or the rules that guides the party is a total contradiction to what he's saying and to what you're saying that you are seeing or all of us is seeing from them.
Mm-hmm.
That is the point I'm making.
Yeah, there's a confused
the guiding principles is totally different. And what makes it worse, Omalo? They redrafted that thing as early as 2020.
Chave, could you just spare me 1 minute? I'm going to just stop you for a second, just 1 second.
Yeah, man, go ahead, man.
Hi, Angel. You're looking so beautiful.
Thank you, darling. Hi, my Amala. How are you?
Turn off the camera, please.
Guys, I just want to say, Mr. U. Blair is still in the comment section. However, he couldn't continue with the conversation because you notice that they spread a narrative on the PMP platform, but when they come over to the real conversationists, the real people that have the information, he can't even stay on here to finish the conversation. He's still in the comment section.
Let me read something right here, and this is important. It says, and this is simple question to ChatGTP. It says Jamaica Fiscal Responsibility Framework was established in 2020 through amendments to the Financial Administrative and Audited Act. The Public Body Management and Accountability Framework Act. The framework was further strengthened in 2014 with the introduction of an escape clause. Remember, I told you all that the only thing they did to it was to go in and put in a back door so they could get out of it if they want to. Remember how much time I said this?
Yes.
So it was strengthened in 2014 with an escape clause. Now, imagine if they had been in place during COVID with this escape clause or during Melissa with this escape clause, it would have been back to normal. Right? So the PMP, even though they are trying their utmost best to claim paternity, this act was tabled in the House and passed in 2010. 2010, not 2013, not 2014, in 2010. And that act is what guides how we deal with finances from here on going forward. That is what guiding our economic rebound up to this day. Right? Continue, Angel. Sorry for breaking you.
No, I was just looking in the comment section and I looked. He's not writing, but he's still in the chat. And you know, this is what the PMP do, Amalo. When I listen to the PMP live, Bella, or whatever his name is, nobody up there have any information, nothing with substance. These people only talk about what they can run with or what their following will talk about. They don't have any substance or any information.
Angel, earlier today, remember she always tell me say me walk about too much, you know.
Oh, you went somewhere today?
So I went somewhere today. I was scrolling through and somebody invited me. I was invited in. I never knocked on the gate. I was added to a live. I sent a request and I came here. Now they were having a discussion. Somebody mentioned about they were inclined and here's PMP for you in a nutshell. Just like Hugh Blair a while ago, they were all in agreement with Andrew Holness's speech. Yeah, man, me like it. Me not see nothing wrong with his speech, you know. But you see, they cannot bring themselves to just give credit. They have to add something to it. So all of them, why we agree with Andrew's speech and we're not wrong, you know. But a whole heap of things are going on where we don't know about. Because you still have some people that they need to extradite or they not extradited. So I say, okay then. Give me some information on the extradition that you know about. Now remember, you know, they made a statement and I asked for information. Then they start cussing me, say, as a propaganda may have spread. Me say, how if you spread propaganda and I ask you for information based on what you said?
Exactly.
They get angry and kick me out of the house. So I shouldn't worry about it.
It's your fault. They should have thrown water upon you too. You
should have that's water upon
yeah.
You never belong to the island in the first place.
You have to walk about.
Right, but you're 100% correct. Here is Mr. Nig, you're back. Mr. Nig, you come back when me that why see me want uno in the conversation, you know, Nig. Me no want to talk about PMP dirtiness, I want to just there. Yes. But yes, me no want to talk about PMP, I want to know there, you know. I want to know as part of the conversation to tell me which part me I tell lie.
And what is so funny, Chuck, is when you ask them for this information, where can I find it? A man came on your live yesterday, I talked about who takes money, and it's all over American news. And it's so crazy because I've never seen this all over the news, and I wanted to ask him which news station in America was broadcasting this, because the thing is, I can go on their website, put in a date, and I can pull this information up. I could just put in a name and just put up a topic and I could pull this information up. Which broadcasting station in the US was broadcasting this? And him can't tell you because it's a lie. It's a lie.
Yes, and then he proceeded to tell me something gay.
I know. And that's the argument that they can come
when the car when they say gay.
You should have tell him to bring his wife from.
No, sir, chances are me no want to him wife. Chances are.
No, and I'm still working, my love. I'm not off yet. I'm still at work.
I would have to blow
Angel. Good afternoon, Angel. And I'm gonna ask you how are you, because I see that you're doing well. I also want to let you know that you are powerful. No, let nobody tell you say you're not powerful and you're not mighty. You're great, Angel. You're great. You have the power. You have the power to stop. You know, seize the moment. Everything stops when you come about. Everything does stop.
Chavi, could you limit?
It feels like even time stops when you're around.
Chavi, could we get back to discussing that? Could you limit your?
I mean, I would have rather that, but she came and everything stopped, and I'm just acknowledging what happened.
All right, Chavi, make a listen to Chavi.
Two of them up WhatsApp, Chavi. Two of them up WhatsApp, Chavi. Yes. Two of them decide.
Everybody see how them selfish and unfair and stay. They had them disturbance.
A long time they do this.
Yeah.
Long time they do it.
Them go everything Christmas. It's alright. They go back to the car and go on easy. I want to remind Chuck say. I want to remind Chuck. Omar say, me and Angel on the same plot of ground.
I need to do something about that one day. What if Trump say I deport people? I need to do something about that one day. Nig,
I have to do to the ice cream man them.
Nig, let me invite up comrade. Myself, comrade Nig, willing to come and join me. But guys, listen to me. As I'm saying here, and let's get back to topic. I'm saying, guys, we have a set of young people that in 2030 will be preparing to go to the polls for the first time. And most of them are sitting down and say, boy, you know, so I never saw one PMP government get in action. Wonder what it is like. And those are the people where we have to try to make them understand the danger that they are flirting with. The danger with them are flirting with. They don't know. Yeah, me know that, Bertie. Me know that true is Cuba. Me know that true is Cuba. And they can't, listen to me. Normally, them would come out, come cuss, but that one, them can't find nothing wrong one. Right? We know the danger that they are flirting with. So it's...
Chuck, you see what the Prime Minister say, I carry come? And it shut up the PMP is like where Dr. Chang do with the police force. Everything.
Oh, them
find ways to stop the PMP them out.
All right, guys. I was just advised that the PM is now live. I don't know, say one thing with me, once the PM live, me no live. Because I feel he message me, I carry out. So once him is live, I carry out his one message, we have to step back and give him the space. So guys, the Prime Minister is live. I urge you all to go over to the Prime Minister's live and participate. Run up him numbers, tap up him screen. That's what they know.